Now, I don't want to scare you with this video, but if you were to ask me, Dr. Chung, are there situations where something explodes or goes boom inside of your anus? And I'll tell you, yeah, I can actually relate to that. And I'll tell you about 4 different situations today where things can go boom inside your anus. Hi there, I'm Dr. Chung, and I'm your friendly proctologist. I'm based out of Southern California in Orange County, and I'm a board-certified colon and rectal surgeon. Today, I want to talk to you about sudden situations that can occur in your bottom end. But yeah, are there events which can happen kind of all of a sudden? And what the heck are those, Dr. Chung? The first thing that can, of course, happen with boom all of a sudden is diarrhea. Many times we don't even know when it's going to happen. It just strikes us and gives us that urgency, like it's code red. We've got to go now. And you've got to find that toilet. If it's not 10 feet away from you, you might have an accident in your pants. And the reason why I put this one in there is, of course, Dr. Chung, yeah, I get it. I mean, everyone knows what diarrhea is. But did you know that the normal person, I'm talking about someone with no diseases, no conditions, no birth defects, can actually have incontinence with diarrhea? Absolutely we can. It's happened to me. Okay, I've said that in the video before, but it's happened to me. I was sick and I had diarrhea. I didn't know. I thought I could trust my anus's intel, and it was telling me. Anus really told me that it was going to be a fart. But no, that was so wrong. I messed up my bet. But you get the idea here, is that diarrhea can bring on sudden urgency, make it really explosive, create a lot of irritation in the anus, especially if you go more than once or several times. And you can have accidents, all completely normal. So we're talking about a lot of negative events that can happen to our bottom ends. And with that, I want to introduce solutions. And I would like to introduce to you, of course, Pranicura cream. Pranicura has been a very faithful partner of this channel because of our ideologies. We are very passionate about giving you solutions to help heal and help your anal end recover. And this cream is my personal supply. I've showed this many times before, but this stuff has been awesome to really provide that cool relief, because the itching that hemorrhoids give me, that's what this is directly aimed to do initially. But people are using Pranicura for fissures. People are using Pranicura for anal spasm. It's been really helpful to take away that really bad burning and itching situation with that spasm and allow it to relax and get those symptoms to really go down. People are using it for skin issues. People are using it for other skin cuts and wounds. There really is no end, and thankfully it's safe and with natural products so that you can apply it to your skin. Thank you so much to Pranicura. Go check them out on their website. It's www.pranicura.com. They are shipping to certain countries in the world, so definitely send them an email and inquire whether you can get this today. Thank you so much, Pranicura. Number 2 situation where things can go boom in your anus area is an internal thrombus hemorrhoid. I've made a video on this topic. This is the most painful type of hemorrhoid flare that you could ever possibly have. The amount of inflammation and damage that goes on in your anus is immense. And what happens here is a blood vessel from the inside of your anus busts open. It bleeds out, and what happens is that the hemorrhoid tissues get filled up with blood, they swell, they grow larger, and then they suddenly come out to the outside. Sometimes all it takes is one bad poop, which you did not intend. It was nothing on purpose, but because it was hard, or maybe it was diarrhea, or maybe this was your 5th diarrhea or 10th diarrhea episode that day, and then all the inflammation made everything bleed and then puff out with all the poop that was going on. And now you had a flat anus 1 hour ago. Now it's full of bubbles on the outside of your anus, and they're red hot and super duper painful. Another reason for things to go boom inside your anus is, of course, anal rectal abscesses, or anal abscesses, rectal abscesses. Lots of names to say the same exact thing. These are super duper painful. They can range from small to very large, but I'll tell you, they grow incredibly quickly. You might notice a very interesting soreness or a very odd sensation going on in your anus, like something unfamiliar is going on. Like maybe you can't sit, or maybe a poop was a little bit more painful. But then just wait, the next 2-3 days, that sensation and location will grow rapidly like a wildfire. The pinkness on your skin will start to grow. The pain, the heat, all these are signs that the infection is taking over and growing larger. And if you were to think about a pimple on your face, it's kind of the same thing, but you know, that's a small little itty bitty dinky thing. These anal abscesses are about 100 times more painful, and there could potentially be a lot more pus. I've got a lot of videos on this, but when these abscesses blow up, they can spurt out a lot of pus. And the fact that they grow and develop so quickly, yeah, I think that falls under the boom type of category. And finally, last but not least, the things that can go boom is an external thrombosed hemorrhoid. But I'm not just talking about when it shows up, just like I talked about with an internal thrombosed hemorrhoid. I'm talking about after you've got the marble sitting there for a few days, you may actually get blood to explode out of the bump or that bubble that appeared. See, the blood bled underneath the skin, right? That's how you got the marble in the first place. But then that blood can make its way through the skin by way of a hole through your skin. So now you can actually see through that hole. You see a black blood clot. And then this happens in the shower most of the time for some reason, probably because we're washing ourselves. We're like scratching the area, and then the skin breaks open, and any blood that's liquefied in there will start to drain out. And in the shower, it can be a very shocking scene because you'll all of a sudden see a ton of blood just dripping down your leg and going down the drain. And usually there's a fair amount of it, so it looks like you're bleeding again internally. I'll tell you, don't be afraid, okay? Definitely what will happen is that it's going to be a very dark blood, and you'll see if you with a mirror, if you look very quickly, it'll come from that hemorrhoid marble, in which case you'll know that it's not a life-threatening disorder. You're gonna be all right. Now, the way you can tell if it's gonna continuously bleed or not is that you just put some gauze there and you just put some gentle pressure. Whatever is liquefied and gonna leak out, it'll get on the tissue paper, and it should eventually very quickly drop off in the amount that is soaking the toilet paper. When it starts to just be a little dab of blood on the toilet paper, you know that you're just totally slowed down and it's not continuing to bleed, and that you're going to be safe. Of course, if you're ever concerned, you should always see a physician or a specialist like myself who can give you some guidance. Most of the times they'll just say, it's great, you know, the pressure has been relieved, and you can actually let the body do its own thing. With all the things that could go wrong in our anus and go boom down there, I can't believe why evolution has skipped this body part, right? Or if you believe in God created us, or whichever God you believe in, why it has skipped this body part, made it do such a very arduous and tough and dirty job, but not make it prepared to do it. I mean, why is it so weak and fragile and cause pain all the time? And I think the reason is because it's been designed to be a very sensitive sensor where even the tiniest little thing is off, it tells our brain that something is wrong and you need to go back to the drawing board and address your health. And I love this channel and this community because we are all understanding of how difficult this is to accomplish and deal with physically and mentally, right? I mean, I know that for sure. I have my own butt issues, and I know that people that are here, either you're trying to learn more about it and do better in the future, keep commenting your suggestions and your experiences. It's been really uplifting for me personally. I read all the comments. I can't respond to them all, but I definitely do read them. And with that, I'd like to conclude this video with, of course, Pranicura being an option for you with whatever your bottom end issues are. I encourage you to try it and look at the reviews on their website and in the comment sections. There are a lot of people who are benefiting from this, myself included, and maybe you'll find this to be something to add to your routine to bring relief and bring some of your quality back to be restored. if that's proper English. But thank you very much for being here with me today, and I hope these things that go boom never happen to you. And if they do, I wish you the best in getting better and getting back to your routine. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.